So I have here a Cabbage Patch Babyland Lullaby Nightlight. And the brand is on the back here. It says TOMY, copyright 1987. And so I think this was one of my siblings, but I remember it when I was a kid. I already took the bottom off here, and I've actually already opened it up. And what I had to do was there were screws all around the outside here. And I took those out. That was relatively simple. But then the issue was this sticker across the front was actually holding these two pieces together. So I was carefully trying to peel without damaging here, but it started to kind of like wrinkle. So I realized if I just took a blade, and that's what I just took a blade and I went down this seam, and now I can just easily lift that up. And so when I'm all done with this, I'm going to go back and add some glue so that I can repair that corner. So this just comes off, and then this whole dome comes off because this is also a nightlight. And the problem with this right now, I think, is just that there were just some connections that weren't properly attaching to the battery. Like the batteries, it takes 3D batteries. There are these little prongs that were just corroded, and I think it was from battery acid and age. They just snapped off. So I thought it was that the light was not working anymore, that the light had burned out. But actually the bulb that I have here, this bulb actually works. I've tested it, and the bulb sits right in there. Actually goes from the underside and up. So the bulb works, which is great. And I think it was just that it didn't have batteries, and the connections in both where the bulb was and the batteries, one of the batteries, that these prongs just like snapped off. So what I've done so far is I've just started to clean in here with some vinegar and water solution. And I've already got like a lot of dirt out of there, out of all these crevices. And the mechanism, the wind-up mechanism, is fine and it still works. So if I just turn this, you can see this rubber gasket around this gear is turning super slowly. And that right there is going to interface with that gear. And then when this moves, there's a lever right here. So right now when those connect, this gets activated. And that lever, this metal piece, if I follow the circuitry, it's actually a switch. So the music box plays sound. There's the music boxes underneath here. It's hidden. But also this gear, when it turns, it's a mechanical switch. So that's what turns the lamp on and off. If I flip it over on the back, the lamp lives back here. So I already took the screw out. And this is how the lamp goes. It goes in like this. And the screw here, when I close it, the lever that broke off is this piece. I've cleaned it. It was all rusted and corroded. That is supposed to be connected there. So that lever, I'm going to need to try to connect to repair so that when I close this little door, this metal piece touches the base of this lamp. And then that should be a connection. And then the 3 batteries, there's a prong here, and this is the prong that came off. So I have that here. And this I'm going to try to also reconnect. So the way that this is supposed to work and spin and light up is the bulb is right in here. And right now the prong is not fixed, but the mechanism still works. So if I place the dome on here, the little rubber wheel is what touches the lip of this dome in here. And I just put a little bit of oil on there. And then this prong that's sticking up here hits that edge. This goes right on here.
It's supposed to rotate very slowly as the lamp projects the images on the ceiling, but before it wasn't rotating at all, so this is good. The next step is going to be to get the batteries in and the bulb to turn on. I tried to reattach the battery prong, but I will need to order a new part to replace it entirely. In the meantime, what I did was I soldered in a wire to make contact with the battery until I can get that replacement part. So once I put the bulb back in and pressed down on that switch, the bulb turns on. That's what I'm doing with the screwdriver. I'm just making contact with that little lever and it's turning the bulb on. Now the issue is that when I turn the knob, it turns the music box on, but when the switch is activated, it's not making physical contact. It should be going down and turning the light on. Instead, it's going up and never turning on. So I need to bend that lever down. And in order to do that, unfortunately, I had to take it out entirely. And then to get it back in without bending it back the opposite way, I had to cut the wire, feed it back in, and then resolder those wires together.
There it is. Haha, there it is. There it is. The lighting is very dim because I want to show that it works. When I turn the knob, the light turns on, and the globe spins. Right now, everything is not fully reattached because I want to make a permanent fix of those prongs. But right now, I know that everything works. The bulb is not burnt out. So if I would put this in a room with a lower ceiling, you would be able to see these projections on the ceiling.
You remember that?
I do.